originating from the podcast studio inside FFAM360's headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Above and Beyond Leadership Podcast. The Above and Beyond Leadership Podcast is designed to encourage, equip, and inspire our audience through a combination of inspirational stories and real-life experiences shared by other successful and skilled leaders in a variety of vocations. We hope that the Above and Beyond Leadership Podcast empowers each one of us to step out, step up, and ultimately thrive as leaders. Now here's our host, Mr. Matt Maloney.
I'm glad you're joining me today. I am excited to learn some great leadership principles this week. I love this quote by Kat Cole. She is the CEO and president of Focus Brands. She says, leadership is about the team, the culture they keep and embrace. It's about empathy for your customers, clients, employees, and the communities where you do business. It's about doing the right thing for the right reasons, being confident enough to take risks and responsible enough to think of those who are in your decisions and risks may affect. I'm grateful myself right here at FFAM360 that we have two very important and very special women that really embody this quote. These two women were both recipients of our FFAM360 Employee Excellence Award. Is an award that embodies similar measurements and values of our Above and Beyond Leadership Award. It is an award that is given to only a few people each and every year. And this year, there were two people within our organization that qualified. The FFAM360 Employee Excellence Award embodies things such as having a doing what it takes attitude, people that are problem solvers, people that prioritize teamwork, people that serve others selflessly, people that are obviously top performers within our workplace, and ultimately people who inspire others. And the two ladies that won that award this year are Linda Jordan, who's here with me, and also Zoraida Jimenez, or Zizi Jimenez, as we like to call her. Zizi, unfortunately, was not able to be with us today, but we're really glad that you're with us, Linda.
Thank you.
So let me start off by just asking a simple question. Just tell the audience a little bit about what you do here, what your job title is, and how long have you been with our company?
My job title is financial analyst. I've been with the company now, this past November was 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
And pretty much what I do is the financial analyzing of the data that we gather. I report directly to the CFO. In addition to that, I would say once I gather these reports, I analyze it and look at the different trends from the market, basically the past trends that we have, where the company is looking to go in the future. Also, I also do the approving of the FFAM360 payroll for the temp division.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Pretty important stuff.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for all that you do in that area.
Thank you.
So let me just back up and kind of step outside of the workplace for a moment.
Okay.
Tell us, the audience, a little bit about Linda Jordan outside the workplace.
Okay. Well, I'm a pretty fun-loving person.
We can see that.
I have two daughters. Pretty much, they're both grown and married.
Congratulations.
And I have, from my oldest daughter, two grandchildren, which are grown, a grandson and a granddaughter. But all my time pretty much goes to my youngest daughter, because her and her husband, they have three children. My grandson will be 4, as a matter of fact, this Thursday. And they wanted 2 children back to back. So needless to say, within 9 months later, they were pregnant again.
Hey, God bless them.
This time they have identical twin girls. So there are 3 children, 18 months apart.
No.
And so with him being a firefighter, his shift, it basically is he'll work 24 hours and he's off 48 hours.
Okay.
So on the days that he has that 24-hour shift, after work, I'll get off. I'll usually go over their house and I'll help out with my grandchildren, whether it's cooking a dinner, playing with them, giving them baths at night. In addition to that, I'm very active in my church. Prior to moving here or even coming here, my past church, I was the church treasurer.
Okay.
And I also,
See, I didn't even know that.
yeah,
That's
I was
great.
also the secretary.
Okay.
But since I've come here, the church I have joined, I do their audio and visual. And I really love that. Yes.
Well, see, I'm going to have you back on this podcast and maybe a different role to help out with some audio and visual with this expert team over here.
I love it.
That's great. Well, first of all, God's obviously blessed you guys and your family with all of the things that you guys have going on. Just as a little side note, you mentioned that is it your son-in-law?
My son-in-law is a firefighter.
Is the firefighter?
Yes.
And I can't say enough about public service people, public service officials, police, fire. All the things that they've had to go through and all the things they go through every day in their normal job, but the things that they've had to go through in the last, 18 to 20 months during the COVID pandemic and whatnot. And, I didn't realize that, but take as an opportunity to give a shout out to them because you guys are very much appreciated. And I think that's a blessing to your family that he does that. So. Talking about leadership and really looking at and exploring what our company motto is to go above and beyond. Obviously, you and Ms. Jimenez won the Employee Excellence Award, which embodies so many of the same values as our Above and Beyond Leadership Award. What does it take, in your opinion? Maybe give me an example. Give the audience an example. What does it take to go above, quote unquote, above and beyond? As a leader? What does that look like? Give me an example, maybe.
For me, that's really easy. The thing is, the area I'm in is accounting. I've been doing accounting for over 45 years. So I feel to go above and beyond, you really have to have a passion for your job. I love what I do.
Amen. No doubt about that.
I've been doing it, seem like forever. I love it. There's not a position I've held that I can say that I was uncomfortable with. And I'm the type of person, I strive to be the best at what I do in the position I'm in. And so that to me is what makes an employee go above and beyond. You want everything as perfect can be.
Yeah. Well, I think you nailed it with passion, right? Because, and we're not going to be passionate about everything in our lives, right? And we're not going to be passionate about all of our relationships. We're not going to be passionate about all of our work, but it does start with passion and having that passion and desire to want to do that. And so when we are encountered with obstacles, we still can push through and still go. And that's what, it obviously shows every day. Hence you were given the Employee Excellence Award. So can you just, for the audience, share maybe a little bit of a personal experience when you feel like that you personally, and it doesn't have to be in work, it can be in work, it doesn't have to be in this organization, it could be with a past organization, or it could be outside. But when, if I were to ask somebody, they would have said, oh, Linda definitely went above and beyond the call of duty here. She was the consummate leader in this particular situation. Maybe share something, an example.
That's probably pretty hard to answer. And the reason I say that
now, don't be modest. Don't be modest now.
Everything I do, I pretty much, I'm always put myself in the other person's shoes. And I'm one to always want to help wherever help is needed. So it's not a matter of being so structured that this is my position and this is all I can do. If there's something else that needs to be done and I have the time to do it, I don't mind stepping in and doing it. So I just love what I do. You know?
That's great. It goes back to the old saying, teamwork makes the dream work. We hear people say that, and it's kind of quirky and funny, but it's true.
It is true.
And you continue to show that. So if you're looking at your life and all the people you've been blessed to have in your life, your husband, your children, your grandchildren, maybe your brothers and sisters, friends, colleagues, coworkers, if you could give a leadership award to someone in your life, who would that be and why? Tell the audience why you would give it to that person.
Well, now it's like repeating myself because I would definitely give it to my youngest daughter, Drea. And the reason I would do that is because with her having 3 toddlers at home, she demonstrates such patience, such skill set as far as the love she shows to her children. She's a great teacher. And one thing that really impressed me about a month ago, now take into account, we're talking about a 3-year-old grandson, which will be 4 Thursday, and 2 twin daughters she has that are 2 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Now, about I would say roughly 2 months ago, I was over there, and it was fairly late, and it was storming outside. And she said, well, why don't you just wait till the storm lets up before you go home? And I said, I think I will. So, she was bathing the children, and she was getting them ready for bed. And she says, well, Mom, would you like to come up and kiss them goodnight? I said, most definitely. So I go upstairs, and they're all on their knees saying the Lord's Prayer.
Oh.
I was so impressed.
Yeah.
That blew me away.
Well, it's just touching right in your heart.
It really blew me away. So for her to, really take the time and teach her children the path that they should be traveling at such young ages, she deserves it. Yeah.
I believe, my personal opinion, and not everyone wants children. Not everyone is, those that want it but can't have children are blessed to have children. But those people that do have children, I personally believe that they are the most important leaders on this planet because they are the ones that multiply future leaders.
Exactly.
Right? And of course, human beings, we're going to make mistakes.
Right.
Human beings, they're going to grow up, things are going to happen and whatnot. But as leaders, we do what we can. We control the things that we can control. And invest in those people. And I talk about it a lot with my own wife. We talk about, legacy and what the legacy we want to leave. And the most important legacy that we can leave is with our children,
That
right?
is so true.
And,
So very true.
and then the future generations, grandchildren. And so, and also, people talk a lot about leadership. This podcast is about leadership, above and beyond leadership. Going back to what I said a moment ago, I believe, and I think that most of the audience would probably believe and agree with me, that really, truly the most important leaders are parents.
Yes.
Because they set the foundation for our future, our children who become the future of our country, our world. And I just love how close you guys are. And I think that it speaks to you and who you are.
Thank you.
So that's good. And congratulations to your daughter for getting that leadership award that you would give to her.
Yes, exactly.
All of us as human beings make mistakes.
Right.
I know I make mistakes every single day, whether it's in my home, with my wife, with my children, with the people here at work, whatever it might be. We're humans.
Right.
And so, but is there a time, I guess, in your life, specifically when you were in a leadership role or you were in a position of saying, hey, people are relying on me to lead them through this or whatever the situation might be, that perhaps that you look back now and say, if I had to do it again, I might do this differently. And if so, maybe you could share with us maybe that experience if there was a time where you can think about that.
Well, I've definitely have fallen short on quite a few different things. However, I'm not so sure I would change much. And the reason why is because I've learned so much from my mistakes and from my past experiences. So I take those as a learning lesson and in order to improve going forward. So.
Amen. Yeah. That is the hallmark of a leader right there. So life mottos, quotes, scriptures, creed, anything that you live by, something that you hold near and dear to your heart that's like, hey, in everything I do, I may not always think about it, but this is something that I live by. This is a creed. Maybe it's a scriptural reference. Maybe it's a quote from another leader. Maybe, whatever it might be.
It's funny you should ask that. I live very closely to Psalm 51. It's Psalm 51. And basically it sums up, and I constantly am asking the Lord to give me a clean heart. I'm constantly praying for a clean heart and for him to renew the spirit within me. You know, I know I'm not perfect, but I strive every day to treat people the way I want to be treated and to do what's pleasing to him, because he's the one I serve, truly.
Hey, right here. Boom. That's great. All right, fun question.
Yes.
You have a seat on a rocket ship going to the moon. If you, do you go is the first question. Why or why not? Is it you that goes? And if you're going to go, why? Or if you don't go, why not? And who do you give it up to?
Okay. In total honesty, I would give my seat up. Why? Because it really doesn't interest me to go to the moon.
Okay. All right. Hey, that's, hey, I like it.
But I would give my seat probably to my older, not my oldest daughter, but her son, which is my grandson.
Yeah.
He's in his second year of college, but in his, let's say in the last 2-3 years, he has shown such maturity. He has grown so much, and he's always looking to improve himself. He's really, and I'm not saying this because he's my grandson, but he's really a well-rounded kid.
Yeah.
And, or young man, I should say.
Sure.
And, I think that's something that I know would truly interest him.
Yeah.
So I would definitely give it to my grandson.
That experience, right? I mean, life is about experiences.
Exactly.
And that's how we grow as individuals, is to experience things. So that's great. How old is your grandson again? How old is he?
He's 21.
21?
21 years old.
So he is way beyond where I was at 21 years old, because I was not seeking to, I was just seeking to still have fun at that age.
Okay.
I have to be honest with you. At the end of your life, we talk about what's going to be written on our headstone, what's going to be written on our gravestone, what are people going to say, what is my legacy? But let's take this into another context for a second. At the end of our life, at the end of your life, there's going to be a book written about Linda Jordan. What do you hope that book says on the type of leader and person you were?
I would pray that it would say something of the sort to Linda was a joyful and lively individual that took pride in her work, in addition to mentoring her peers along the way.
That's great.
That's what the book.
That's nice. Yeah. You know, I talk about this with my my wife, and as I said, I think earlier, with guys that I'm in discipleship with, and just friends of mine, like at some point in time, all human beings ask, like, what are we here for?
Right.
Why are we here? Whether you believe in God the Father or you don't believe in any God, what, every human being has to ask that question, I would think, at some point in time.
Exactly.
Why am I here? And sometimes, maybe not always, but in some cases, people eventually are say, what can I do to change the world, leave a legacy? Who am I going to impact? How can I impact? And I think that is the beautiful opportunity that we all have as human beings, seeking to be better leaders every day, is to really look outside of ourselves and look out there and say, what can we do to leave a lasting legacy? Maybe it's not on children because they don't have children. Maybe it's on family members. Maybe it's on the community, whatever it is. But it all comes in, and we all come in different shapes and sizes. And that's, I think that's the beauty of, in my opinion, God's design and plan. So look, I just want to thank you for being here today.
Thank you for
You've
having
been an
me.
outstanding guest. And I can't say enough about what you've done. I remember when our executive leadership team got together towards the end of the year last year, and we said, who is going to be the recipient of our Employee Excellence Award, and every single person voted for you that was in that room.
Wow.
Every single person. And that's the same thing for Zareta as well. I want to call out Zizi again as well. And so it was. There were some other people that got on the list as well, and we kind of whittled it down to the different requirements and the things that we want. I just want to affirm you again in saying thank you for who you are. Thank you for what you bring to the organization. Thank you for your spirit and how you just really do inspire not only people out there, but you inspire me. You stepped up in a time when I know that we needed some people here when in one of our departments where you kind of helped kind of ancillary in the accounting department. And it obviously didn't go on deaf ears. So I'm honored to work with you and with ZZ and able to learn from you as well.
Truly, the pleasure's all mine.
Yeah,
Believe it.
Thank you. Well, guys, thanks again for joining us today. I hope you carry some of what we heard with you this week as we go out and lead above and beyond. Until next time, I want to leave you with this quote from Stephen Covey, an author and educator. What you do has far greater impact than what you say. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks.